do you feel your chances are going into the election in a month's time?
Well, I think our chances are very good. Of course, it comes at a point when we are defending a lot of seats. We've been here now for 3 or 4 years, and people will make a judgment based on what we've done. But I think you'll find that we've done a good job. Most people would say we've done a good job. We've had our ups and downs with the unions and others. But basically, you're seeing now a position where we have launched a master plan, which over the next 20, 25 years will create 24,000 jobs. We'll see £3 billion invested into the city. We'll see that our school results are going up and getting better. We'll see that our road repairs are better than ever before, more investment in roads and pavements. And basically, with 2 years of council tax freezes and the lowest tax rises in the history of this unitary authority, I think most people say we've done quite a good job.
Now, Labour in their manifesto have said that the rising school results aren't good enough. They've said that there needs to be better integration between staff and the council. Essentially, there's been rumours over online and on Twitter that their manifesto is basically 3/4 of what you pledged last year. Do you feel that they're copying or they're trying to replicate what you set out last year?
I think they absolutely have, and that is an endorsement of what we've done and what we suggested in our manifesto. Yes, we would like school results to be better than they are. We want them to be better than anywhere in the country if we could achieve that. Yes, we want good relations with our staff, and let's not forget that the reason we took the very, very difficult decision to change terms and conditions, including some pay cuts, was to protect as many staff in this building as possible, protecting jobs. So what we're doing is we are creating new jobs, we're encouraging businesses to locate and relocate here, and we're protecting jobs in this building. It's better to be in a job than it is to be out in the big wide world on the dole looking for a job. And Labour, in their manifesto or in anything they've said or done, simply don't have an answer for that.
Now, Labour for months have said that you would not be able to protect short start centres, leisure centres, the frontline services that are essential to people in the council, or people who work for the council, people who are helped by the council, and obviously residents of Southampton who use these services. They've said that they'll protect them. You've said you'll protect them at the same time. What do you feel? How do you feel? What are the most important things to protect over the upcoming year?
There are lots of things. There are competing priorities, but we must make sure we look after the people that struggle to look after themselves. Vulnerable adults, vulnerable children, particularly, but also a lot of the services that people use. So things like libraries that give people a community feel, that allow them to interact with other people, that keeps them healthy in mind and in body. Sure Start centres to give children the best possible start in life. We want to make sure that we achieve the best start for our people so that they can go on and they can be educated, they can be skilled, and they can get good jobs and live independent lives. All of those things are really important. And we have demonstrably kept Sure Start. We have demonstrably kept libraries. But we know that in Labour Manchester, Labour Liverpool, and other places around the country, including Barnet, we have seen libraries, leisure centres and Sure Start centres close. We have demonstrated in Southampton that the Conservative administration have kept all those open, and we have pledged to continue to do so. Labour, as yet, can't show that they will do the same.
Now, the unknown party in this case have been the Lib Dems. They only have 2 councillors now. They are obviously the minority vote at the moment. Is there a potential where the argument between Conservative and Labour may get to the point where some people may vote for Lib Dems as an alternative? Is that possibility where there could maybe even be a hung council again?
Yes, anything is possible. We could have a majority, Labour could have a majority, and in some extreme condition, the Lib Dems could make a minority. If they were to win every seat that was being contested this time and they're defending none, then they could come back with a minority administration. I don't think it's likely. I think it's between us and Labour, and I think people need to look at what we've done, look at what we say we will do, take those things that we promised and see that we delivered on those promises, and then decide between an untested Labour Party with a track record of increasing taxes to playing to the unions, and a Conservative council that has kept council tax low, invested in services, and protected and created jobs, and that is the most important thing.
And finally, in your honest opinion, if Labour were to take over the council in a month's time, for example, would you see this as a nightmare for the city, or would you see this that the services may go backwards and affect residents?
I think the services would definitely go backwards. I think it would be the worst possible scenario for the city, and I'll tell you why. The Labour opposition, by pandering to the unions, have promised to restore pay cuts. They have promised that there will be no compulsory redundancies. They have promised that they will restore any cuts we've already made. They've promised that they won't be selling assets in order to pay for any of these services. It simply is impossible. So the first thing is, what they are promising is undeliverable. Secondly, the services that they will need to start to cut in order to pay for the things that the unions want them to keep will start to impact on people's lives. For example, they will get rid of the weekly bin collection. Of that, there is no doubt. So members of the public will straight away see their services being cut, their taxes going up, and more industrial unrest under Labour.